like going hunting, just me, my hound, and my gun. Chasing them deer, rabbit, and squirrel, now that's my kind of fun. I like going fishing too, I'll go on any whim, looking for the big bass, the crappie, and the brim. Just give me a wide open field to walk through. Give me an ocean so deep. I want to ride the longest river in the world, or maybe climb the highest mountain peak. Like going down to the fishing hole, my buddies and me and my old cane pole. Bait them hooks and wet them lines, it's the life I love so fine. It's almost supper time, you'd think the world was mine.
And now for today's outdoor adventure, here's Archie Phillips.
There you go, look
All
at
right.
that. Down, Rod's got one. Coming off the back. Hold him in there, Rod. Woo!
right.
Look at that thing go. Holy mackerel. That's a good one there,
That's
Rod.
a nice fish.
Yes, it is. We're in a pretty good hole here.
All right.
Yeah, it's a deep spot right here.
Well, we got
That's not bad.
what'll that weigh, Rod?
2.
2? Okay. And folks, I want to tell you where we're at and what we're fixing to do here. I got Rod Fields here.
How about that? Pretty little trout, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a pretty one. And Mike, is it Stepples?
Mark Stebley.
Mark Stebley here. Turn around here, Jerry. And Admiral Jeremiah Denton, who was the, I guess, the longest held PO war prisoner in the Vietnam War.
No, that's not true.
And we're off of a, well, I'm gonna have to let Rod tell us where we're at, because I really don't know. Are we in Louisiana or Mississippi?
We're on Chandeleur Island in...
Which part are we in here now? Is this Louisiana?
This is Louisiana waters.
I see.
Louisiana waters. We're about 5 miles south of the lighthouse, which is on the north tip of the island. So the island's about 25 miles long, the main body of it. Of course, it extends all the way down to just south of the mouth of the Mississippi River.
I see.
So the main body of the island's about 25 miles long and about a mile wide at the widest.
And this is known as about the speckled trout capital of this coast
This is
down
the speckled
here,
trout haven right here,
I
buddy.
see. And you have rigs where you can take parties of 4 or 5 out here, and got a floating barge and some of the finest facilities I've ever seen out here. And well, we're gonna just float around here this evening with a cork and all, see if we can make it happen.
We're gonna see if we can make it happen. I think it's fixing to happen here any minute.
That's great. Now, what size jig is that?
This is a 1/4 ounce white jig head. Pretty heavy duty hook on there.
Uh-huh.
See, it's bigger than your average freshwater bait.
Right. So you got a hook
You got a
on
little
it.
keeper here to keep your lure up on the, keep your plastic grub up on the hook.
All right.
Now what we're gonna do here is always sharpen your hook also. I believe firmly in that. Put a little wet rock on your hook, put your little point on there.
All right.
Hook it right through the very middle of the grub there.
Okay.
Come right down through the middle
Okay.
and out the top.
Now you got a little fin. You got a little fin right there on this one.
There
All right,
you
look
go.
here. All right, and that's all there is to it. Ain't that it?
Pull it all the way on your grub like that.
All right.
What you want is that grub to hang straight on your hook like that.
Straight on your hook.
If
all
it's
right.
twisted,
You got
your
trouble.
grub will come through the water.
Just like that.
That's
Look
a-
at look what Jerry's got here.
That's a guy.
Uh-oh,
Catfish?
Jerry's got a giant catfish. I wish you'd look at that. Have you done changed lures, Jerry?
Yeah, I went to the pink and catfish trap.
You didn't jinx me, did you?
I hope not.
Change up
I don't
now.
want to show anybody this fish.
Now, Jerry, no, don't be vain. Hey, don't be vain, Jerry. World champion. That is our typical old hard-head cat right there. Got him coming?
Yeah, I got him.
There was 2 or 3 right in that little wad right there. Bring him on in here, Rod.
We're right in the middle of the fish. That buoy.
Rod, how in the world did you get into fishing?
Woo! Boy, how
That's
about
called
that? There's a nice
professional
one.
release right
Huh?
there.
Huh?
That's
Catch.
Mark, these fish are still here.
Yeah, they're in here
Professional
good.
release. Thank you.
Here, Rod, how'd y'all get started with your fishing business here? How'd you get it going?
Well, nobody ever accuses us of having any sense. You know, we're not too smart. We're not very smart people.
Did y'all just start fishing out here?
Well, Mark had been fishing out here for a long, long time, just coming out in the boat. And then he met this fellow named Rudy, who lived on the island here for about 17 years.
Is that the old timer?
Yeah, Rudy's
caught over
73
a
now.
million fish?
Yeah, he's the plugger. He calls himself the plugger. And so Mark worked with Rudy for about 2 years. And then
There's a
I
good
fished with Mark, and we decided there's one.
one.
Mark's
right
got
there.
another
Mark,
pretty good
Right there.
size.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, about a pound.
And then
There you
how'd y'all think up putting a house out here and leaving it?
Well,
Every time I'd show up at the harbor with a big mess of fish, I'd always have some people wanting to go fishing with me, and I had to find a way to take them.
I see. And then,
all right, Mark's got a good
there
one.
you go. There you right across
right,
the
all
top.
right, we're in 'em now.
There you go.
He's just
All
strong.
right.
Boy,
Yeah,
look
we're
at my
there.
tail. My tail, this is what they do to the tail
So they're
when they
snatching
hill.
it down, Jerry.
They're yanking the tail off.
Yanking the tail off. Well, let me get out there. I've been running my mouth too much and ain't catching no fish here. Did you see that?
We tried to buy Rudy's business, you know, and we just couldn't get it together, so we decided to put our own out here. And so Mark, we looked around to try to find the right kind of barge, and we just couldn't find one. So Mark said, "Well, let's just build one." So he built it. He built it in about 6 weeks. He and his friend.
Well, it sure is nice in there. Y'all got plenty of room, plenty of sleeping room,
Well,
bathing,
we're-
cooking, and just an excellent breeze comes through there, isn't it?
We're real proud of it.
Plus, you got air conditioners too, haven't you?
We got all the comforts of home, partner.
Man, that's nice.
Y'all still getting hit?
Yep.
No?
I am. It's tearing my tail up. I got to change it.
Fresh ones?
I tell you, the ones
Now,
I'm
Rod,
getting
you're
are near
still
bottom.
getting hit off top, ain't you?
Not yet. I hadn't had one for about a minute or
Mine
two.
are near bottom.
I'm gonna go to that green one you got. Give me one of them things.
You hear the sound that cork makes? Sound just like a shrimp on top of the water, doesn't
Yep. It's like him twitching his tail. Sure does sound just like an old shrimp.
Can't make her hang.
Jerry, you run speckled trout fish than you had bass fish, hadn't you?
No, I wouldn't like to do without either one. I like it in the winter times. That's where I live, when they come into the bays and estuaries.
Well, you can fish right there by your house, can't you?
That's right. I can go get in
All
my
right,
boat.
Mark's got one.
Whoa,
There
look
we
out.
go.
Here we
Mark.
go. Here we go, coming in.
That's a little one.
He
Here
ran
is
up
a
there and
little
grabbed it, though. Look at there. Up, 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 up. That's a leaner.
Professional release.
No, that's a leaner. You get a leaner on that one. There we go. Look at- All right, now fellas, I want to ask y'all one question there. I see these rigged up hats that look like y'all's trying to get in competition for the Macy's parade, but what's the deal on these hat rigs y'all got here?
I'll tell you what, for years, a lot of people carry tackle boxes in their pockets and stuff, but you're always losing it.
Yeah.
And so for a while, I'd hook my lures in my hats. You can see what happens there. You see how it pulls all the threads out?
Yeah.
So I got tired of that invariably. Every time you get in a big school of fish, you couldn't get your lure out the hat in time. So I took me a piece of this foam rubber and tied it on the back of my hat, and that way you can just hook your baits right there in the foam rubber, and they come out nice and easy. Whenever
Go-
you get ready for one.
Reach up and get it. In other words, that is a practical hat,
That's
not a
right.
style hat. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
These hats were born out of necessity.
There you go. Ah, one on the boat. Look at there.
Yeah, the grass, I believe.
All right. Now, Jerry, you told me you said I messed up. You wasn't the longest Vietnam prisoner of war. Who was?
No, thank the Lord. There were 11 guys ahead of me, 11 or 12, depending on whether myself or my bombardier navigator was captured first. But yeah, first one down was a guy named Ed Alvarez, who was caught right on the first raid we made in retaliation to that torpedo boat attack.
I see. And you was there how many years?
7 years, 7 months.
I read your book, When Hell Was in Session. They made a movie about it, and it was real interesting. It said they locked you up in solitary confinement for 4 years. How in the
Yep.
world can you keep your sanity in solitary confinement for 4 years?
Well, when you don't have folks to talk to, the corny truth is you get mighty close to the Lord. Do a lot of praying, and I did that. And during that time, I guess I spent some of the happiest hours of my life. And your brain gets real sharp. You can think real well. And since you're totally dependent on that company from the Father upstairs, he's pretty nice to you.
Mark's got
You
one.
got a fish for
Where
Mark.
Mark going? Yeah, come
It
on
ain't no
in.
monster.
He-
There you go.
He's a peewee.
Maybe
He's a
this mirror
peewee.
lure get bigger fish.
Yeah, we get one of them old giant ones.
We need one of those big ones to come up out after it, man, when they boil on it.
Yeah.
Ready to.
Hit and boil instead of hitting water ski when you pull.
That's right.
There's a good one.
Look out,
There's a
look
good
out,
one.
look
All
out.
right, it's a good one.
That's a good.
All
Look
right.
out! Look out! Oh, he
Why
turned.
didn't
He's
he
still.
come up?
There's
There
nothing
he is.
behind him.
That's
Look
a
behind
nice
him.
fish.
There's 2 or 3 behind him there. Look out! I'm going in there behind you. Look at him, boy. That's a good one. Hold him, Rod. Hold him, boy.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, he had some fine ones. Oh,
2.5
Ho,
pounds.
ho, ho,
look at him! Look at him! Go. Look at that, Jerry. He got one of them.
I love
Look at
that.
you. Oh boy, nice fish.
Oh, baby.
Nice one, Rod. Hold him there. You ain't gonna let him jump out the back of the boat, are you?
No, if he does, I'm going after him.
Oh, now that's what.
That's what we came for. That's what we live for.
Yeah, them is beauties right there.
That's
That's
one.
beauties. Hold right there.
Getting in the neighborhood there.
What size would that one go, Rod?
Oh,
What
Same
pound
as
category would
that
that one go in, reckon?
2
2.5,
pounds.
3. What do you think, Mark? 2.5.
Now, what if we got in a school of them like that, and you just caught each one of us to have one on it at a time? That wouldn't be half bad, would it?
Let that coke in. Huh?
That wouldn't be half bad.
What's that?
Get in a
We
school
caught,
of them like
yeah, we
that.
caught about 30 of these.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We need about 4.
That's beautiful. All right, throw them in the box. Boy, he fills it up pretty good like that. Look at down in there. Goodness.
All right, all right.
All right, let's go to rallying again.
Get another one now.
Well, I was just fixing to take my float cork off. I
Well,
guess I better leave it alone.
You know,
hadn't
they're hitting the cork at the top. I saw him before he hit.
Yeah,
He
well,
rolled,
we all
rolled on
do.
the cork.
I? Well,
You did hit the top?
We ought to put some hooks in
cork.
this.
All right, I'm
We
gonna
ought to
try
put
that.
some hooks in this cork.
I'm gonna try that mirror lure on top.
I'll show y'all, bro.
Yeah, we haven't got into him yet, but if we do,
That'll be all 4 of us bowed up every cast.
Hey, that's ain't nothing wrong with that.
Grass is gonna be wet.
there he is.
Got it?
Yep.
Got him, Rod?
Yep. Yeah, I don't think he's a big one, but
All right, he's there. Bring him on in here.
Y'all gonna make me go to the float in a minute.
Oh, I'm on top.
Woo, yeah. They like that old pink and the green, and don't they?
you want to throw him back in, eh?
Yeah. I don't know why you took your green and off, what I don't know. You like the pink better?
Well, that's the first time I ever used a pink, I'll be honest with you.
Is it?
I just got a tip, you know, I can't tell you who told me that.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
I just got a tip about the pink ones. I think he was right.
Yeah, that's what I like right there. I like them.
What are you using, Jerry? You using a underwater?
I've got a top water on, top water mirror lure.
Mirror lure.
I haven't had a touch yet.
Hey!
All I do is
I like
say
you got him in. Hey, Rod got a big one back. Look
I
back
got a
here,
nice
right
one.
behind the boat. Good one, good one.
I
Good
got
one coming in. Look at that thing.
I believe Bubba got one.
Man
Bubba got
alive.
that. Oh, look at him behind.
Oh, I
Look,
see him. Look at him, look at him, look at him. He's right
Ooh,
there.
did you see the size of
I
that
see him.
mother?
I
He
seen
just
him.
wouldn't hit it.
See, that's the only
Look,
bad thing when it's grass.
there he goes. Yeah.
Come up and look at it. If they see that grass,
That's right. They see it dragging grass and they leave it alone.
Yeah. Jerry, you're going to get your arm broke with that,
That was a
thing
nice
in a
one.
minute.
I know it. This is my favorite kind of speck
Was
fishing
it?
if you'll just hit this thing. Guys,
Ah,
hi.
there you go, there you go.
Two
there you
hung.
go.
That's pretty
Woo,
good
look at that,
fish
look at
there.
that,
Pretty
Jerry.
good fish
He
there.
just run up there. Look, we
Look
got
at
one too. We in him now. Look at him. Look at him. I got a keeper.
I can't.
I
get
got
him
a
to-
nice
keeper.
one. All right,
There we go.
that's a
Look
nice
at that. And Jerry, that that swapped you a while ago was a lot bigger than that, but that's a good skillet one right there. They in there, ain't they?
That's
They're in there.
All right, let's get back in there. Throw you. Which box we going with? The white box?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drift at
There we
least
go.
twice
I'm
with
ready.
this big plug. Just see if they'll.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna stay with the pink. Jerry, what you gonna stay with your top water?
No, I'm with a real big plug now. Just see if I can
Big
get a
plug.
larger
Okay.
trout.
What's that? That mirror lure? You Rebel? Is that
It's
the one
a
you use?
jointed Rebel,
Jointed Rebel.
black
okay.
and silver.
When Jerry hooks up, everybody just get out the way.
Because if he hits
That's
that
right.
thing, I still want you to get a big old crevalle on that
I
Rebel.
may not say anything, but did you hear the splash?
Yeah.
That's me.
Look out, you got him.
All right, Jerry.
He
All
got
right,
him.
Jerry.
There he comes, there he comes. Hot diggity dog, look at there. You ain't even got it out there harder that time,
I
did you?
might have a ladyfish. I'm not sure.
No,
that's a
no,
nice
no, no,
trout.
no, no. What you got? I can't
That's
tell
a
what.
nice trout.
It is
it's
a
a
nice-
better
you need
trout
the
than the
net?
others.
You want a net?
Got a net?
Might need it. Where's it at? Where's it at? That's a good trout. That is a
It's
good
got this
trout.
9-hook job.
Look at that. Look
It's no
at
bigger
that.
than the
Look
one
at
you
there.
had.
Look at that thing coming. Bring him there,
He's
dear.
green.
Keep him good. Keep him good. Hold him in there. Hold him.
Keep
Whoa,
green. All
he's
right,
green.
stand by, stand
easy,
by.
Easy, easy.
All right.
Yeah, fine trout. Look
Big
at
fish.
that.
Pick
Let
a
me
little
see that
bigger
lure
fish.
you got him on, Jerry.
That's
Oh,
a nice
that's a
fish.
fine trout. Look at that. Holy
Very similar to a redfin.
That's what you was after with that big bait,
Yeah,
wasn't
get
it?
out there and catch some fish.
Did you get a good one?
He got a good one. No, he got a good one.
That's what I just said. Everybody get out
Yes,
the way.
sir.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look here, right at the boat. Whoa. Green one.
Ooh, Rod got one right at the end of the boat.
The
Look out.
green one.
Hold up there, Jerry. Hold up there one time. Hold up there.
All right, Jerry.
Woo, turn him
All
sideways.
right.
There we go. Mark, they tell me your granddaddy was a famous artist down here on the coast.
That's right. He was he died in '65. He was his name was Walter Anderson. Several people know about him now, but he lived most of his life out on Horn Island, out off the Mississippi coast, about 12 miles. A lot of people say that's where I get my urge to stay out here as much as I do. I feel a lot of him in myself.
Uh-huh.
But what he'd do, he'd come back into shore and he'd get his supplies and he'd head out there. He'd go in a 12-foot skiff every time.
Oh,
wooden
my
skiff.
goodness.
He'd either row or sail. That was,
I got it.
Look right there. That's a good one.
Look
Yeah.
at that thing.
I'm that impressed.
Jerry, you got a
Got
good
another
one.
one?
Look at that thing.
Does he?
Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
Jerry.
Woo!
Son.
Look
He
at
hadn't made a good run
look
yet.
at
He-
that. That's
All right.
a good one. Good
I
one,
wish
Jerry.
he'd go away, but he won't. We got to
Woo,
get him while we
that's,
can. He's
that's
barely
what we're
hooked.
looking for right there. Holy mackerel, look at that big old fish. Wow, look out, look out, look out. Man, that's a fine.
Don't lose that one.
We got him.
There we go.
That's
Good
a
fish,
good
kid.
fish.
Good
All
fish.
right, all right.
Good fish. Good.
Good.
That's the biggest one of the day.
salmon
Look at
done
that.
come in.
Hey, you see him talk to you about
He's
that
up
big
green.
old lure? Look at that.
He is green. You can't get your hand around
Hey,
him.
Jerry, you
red
said
pen.
you didn't want to use that net on that one again.
Well, I said it.
All
unless
right,
it's
I know
big.
it's gonna be that big.
I
didn't
can't
you?
hold on to him. He's too big. I ain't gonna take a
Oh, what a
chance.
beautiful
Oh,
fish.
that's nice.
Look at that thing.
I can't hold him. He said. Look, he
Oh,
came loose.
All
and away.
right, Jerry. All
Look at
right.
that thing.
It's a good fish.
Oh, it's good enough.
Oh,
Look,
it's a
that's a
good fish.
fine fish. Look. Holy.
Oh, look at there.
look at
All
that
right,
thing.
I got him through that 3
Look at
times.
that.
in.
That's a
Good
good
one.
fish.
Like
Look
it's
at
nothing.
that. He broke off, didn't he? Didn't he break off when you got him in?
That's that
That
rotten
saves a lot
line
of
here.
time.
Goodness gracious alive.
Pretty trout.
Beautiful.
Now
thing.
we're starting
Yes,
to catch
sir.
some decent fish,
Now,
fellas.
just tell me about your granddaddy. Come out on these islands, and that's why you come
I hope
out
you
here.
never
Mine went
finish with
first. Let's
Granddaddy.
mine in the water before you start
All
talking.
right.
Well, my granddaddy used to come out here to Chandeleur. As a matter of fact, a lot of times he'd come out here mainly during the pelican nesting season because he loved to paint the small pelicans in the nest, you know. But he'd either row or sail out here in his small boat. He used a 12-foot skiff, and he got in trouble many a times out here, coming out here in this rough water. But it's a long way, probably a 30-mile trip through open water, you know, to get out here. And a lot of people claimed he was crazy, but I can feel a lot of him in myself, you know, because I've done the same thing for years. Before I got into this fishing guide, I used to come out here in a 14-foot skiff pretty regular myself to fish these islands. just
Well, now,
because
he
I
was a
loved it so
painter,
much.
too?
He was mostly a painter. He loved to do watercolors and a lot of sketches with pencil, you know. But really, more or less, he did them for his own enjoyment. He didn't do them for anybody. He a lot of times after he got done with the painting, he'd destroy it. He'd use it to start his fire or whatever, you know. He wasn't really concerned with it once he got done.
Holy mackerel, look at that thing. Jerry, you ever been in them like this before, big trouts?
Yeah.
This is fine, ain't it?
Whoa, 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 how about
What'd you
that?
do? Whoa, look at the size of that thing. Holy mackerel, now that is fine trout right there.
You ain't wrong.
Fine.
We're going to have some
How
good
about
eating
that?
tonight. Can we eat out here, fellas?
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
take that
boy.
thing and put him in the skillet,
Ooh,
show up.
wow, I haven't had one in a long time.
Oh, boy. That's a
I
good
was
hole
waiting for
right
winter.
there, Mark. You had this place picked out for sure, didn't
Tell
you?
you what,
about
I've been
that?
fishing this hole for 8 years now.
Is
8
that
years.
so?
Oh, all
This
that
same
salmon, you
hole.
getting that many good fish out of here?
Mark, the same hole here you talking about?
Whoa, blow up, blow up!
Look out! Look
I
at
haven't had a
that!
strike in this
I ain't
big
even had
mess.
time to time a line
I
back
haven't
on.
had a
Cold
strike
steel.
yet.
Hold. What have you
Oh,
got?
you got a bit. Oh, what you got,
You
man?
got a red?
You better get we better get the net on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
What is it? What do you
Whoa,
think it
whoa,
is?
whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa! He's running
Get
on the
it
boat,
under
on
the
the
boat.
boat! Look
Don't back your line.
look
Take
out.
it right.
What do you think it is? You think it's redfish?
No telling.
Holy mackerel!
Raising motors.
Raise them motors
They're
up.
coming up, they're coming up, they're coming up.
Coming up, coming up.
The anchor's what I'm worried about.
Oh,
Is the
my
anchor in?
Oh, hold it.
Set your drag, man.
Is the anchor in?
Easy,
Let
easy.
me get the net.
Is the anchor in?
That's got to be a ling or something.
It's big.
You about
Is it?
run out of line,
It's,
haven't you?
it's, it's too,
Oh, no.
it's too,
You're out of line, wasn't you?
oh,
God, what do you reckon it was, man?
Probably 11 fish.
Think it was 11?
It was
Daggone.
too fast for a
Goodness
shark.
gracious alive.
Oh,
look at
that one.
Look
You
at
gotta
that.
hit him
Broke
back.
my lure off,
Took the
slapped
lure?
off.
There's a lure right there.
Where's the lure?
What
Oh,
kind of-
don't lose that,
What
baby.
kind of knot do you have in
Woo.
that thing?
Oh, was that an Archie knot or
No,
what?
I had a Palomar on it.
Mark's got a good one. Mark's got a good fish. Mark's got a good one.
Yeah, he
Look
has.
out, look out, we in
All
them.
right, Mark, we in him.
Holy mackerel, look at that.
All
There
right,
he comes, there he
oh,
comes.
it's a pretty one.
Look at
That's
that
a
thing
nice
go, look
fish.
at him
All
go.
right.
Holy mackerel, look at that thing. Beautiful fish.
All right, all
Beautiful.
right.
Yay, Mark, you get an A. Well, Rod, you and Mark really know your way around out here. And Jerry, did you enjoy this fishing trip?
Man, I never had so much fun in my life.
All right.
Got
All
to have
right.
Jeremiah Denton here with us. Now, I didn't tell you all about this fine house they got here. These folks have got the greatest accommodations. We drive out here on the boat from Biloxi and Gulfport area. On the boat there, they can accommodate 5 or 6 people. Got kitchens, nice bedrooms, air conditioned, out of the weather, and it's just super good. If we get out there and get a little blow up and come running back to the house, everything's lovely. And y'all have it for man and wife and couples and up to what, 6 or 8 rods? That
Up to
about what?
6.
Up to 6. So y'all folks, if you want a good fishing trip, come see these folks. And I've enjoyed it. And y'all folks stay tuned again next week for some more outdoors with Archie Phillips.
All right.